Podcast Thursday with celebrity distiller Binyomin Terebelo. We are revisiting the history of distilling, how it all started, and what it was first used for. But first off, make sure you follow us at Celebrity Distiller. So, what's the history? As always, let's revisit ancient Egypt. In Egypt, they were distilling, as you can see in the Temple of Memphis, a beautiful painting. See, it's up here, right over here. It's unknown what they were distilling it for, but they were clearly distilling. Fast forward then to Mesopotamia, where they clearly were distilling to create perfumes and colognes. Makes you wonder. We have nothing that says that they were actually drinking the spirits. But if I were you and you were me, let's ask. You went ahead, you took a beer, something that was fermented, and distilled it, something you could have drank. So your wife put some on, you put some on, whoever. But the left over, wouldn't you want to give it a try? I mean, that's something you would have drank just yesterday. Modern distilling then goes forward in time. We'll skip about 1,000 years, 2,000 years, to Geber, a ancient Shia philosopher, historian. He was the first one to use it. Alembic means or water of life. That's accurate to be actually the water of life. Alembic, alcohol, they all come from the same root source, same word source. He was the first one to do it in the modern time, which then went on to Europe, to the Irish claimed them, the Scotch of course claimed them, to distilling and creating what we call today whiskey. Very crudely, however, with the early stills. They were always in monasteries, in religious places, religious establishments, until monasteries were disbanded in Scotland, and then, as they say, the secret was let out. And the Scottish countryside took a hold of this beautiful art and spread it throughout the mountains. From there, it went to the world. However, the Italians say, don't forget us. We distill grape, cognac. We have our own tradition. Don't go to the Irish. Of course, the American bourbon makers don't have such a history, such a legacy, but they argue and say, what do you mean? Applejack, apple cider, that's distilling. How is that made? You leave it out in the cold, and when it freezes, alcohol doesn't freeze, that falls to the bottom. We, in Maine, we actually, created a new form of distilling. We lay claim to this. And that was American tradition for many years. However, bourbon obviously is made in a regular whiskey still. World over, the Chinese as well claim to have a legacy of 4,000 years old to distilling. Not as well documented, and not where obviously the European tradition and our tradition of distilling comes. Looking forward to reconnecting next week as we will further discuss distilling, more modern history, the different types of stills, alembic, pot stills, a stripping still, and all heat jacketed, gas, fire, propane, and all the different forms. And we will get into the different nuances you may experience. For example, you go to some whiskey distilleries, they might have a bowl on top. They might have, even some distilleries, they have a smash in that round, beautiful top of the whiskey still. In case you don't know, a whiskey still is what you use to separate the water from the alcohol. The alcohol is what you drink. The alcohol rises at a lower temperature than water. So therefore, when it goes up first, it goes over the neck and out through into the pot. Stay tuned for next week, and thank you for joining.